Hey guys, Perry here at Star Trek Las Vegas. Right now I'm on the show floor and I'm looking to learn a little bit more about some games here, and right now we're going to talk a little Star Trek Online. Would you guys mind introducing yourselves and what you do for the game here?
Sure. My name is Mike, also known as Ambassador Kel, and I am the community manager for Star Trek Online.
My name is Thomas. I'm the lead ship and UI artist for the game.
All right, so you guys know I don't know too much about Star Trek Online, so before we even talk about Age of Discovery, can you give a brief overview of what the game is?
Absolutely. So Star Trek Online is an MMO. It's an online RPG that takes place in the Star Trek universe. We're set about 30 years after Nemesis, or about 25 years after Voyager. So it's in the future of the Star Trek thing. Up until the Jean-Luc Picard announcement this weekend, we were the only piece of media that takes place in the future of the Star Trek universe.
Right?
Yeah. So we're the place you can go to see the future of stories of your favorite characters. We just did a major expansion called Victory is Life, which is a sort of semi-sequel to Deep Space Nine, where we took 11 of the cast members from the show, people like Armin Shimmerman, Renee Auberjonois, Chase Masterson, Nana Visitor, and brought them into the game, and so told a new story with those characters from Deep Space Nine, 30 years after or 25 years after the end of their show, that covers a new threat to the galaxy and lets you go on an adventure with all your favorite characters from Star Trek. So it's cool. There's like 42 different Star Trek actors in the game.
And what console do you play this on?
You can play it on PC, Xbox One, or PlayStation 4. It's free to play on all of them. The whole game is free to play, actually. We sell some stuff in the game, but if you want to experience the Star Trek story, you can do it from beginning to end without paying us a dime.
One of the great things about Star Trek Online is that you create your own Star Trek captain and your own bridge crew. You get your own ship. You can name your ship. It's about your Star Trek adventure. You're not playing Kirk or Picard. You're playing you, or whoever you want to be. And that's one of the things that really sets it apart from a lot of other Star Trek games.
Wait, in that case, who are you guys in the game? Do you have a go-to player?
Well, so Thomas actually has a canon character in Star Trek Online, but I am generally a Klingon warrior known as Cogtash, because Klingons are the best.
Yeah, there's a long story, but I actually do have a character modeled after me in the game that was added to the game before I started working for Cryptic, and that was a lot of fun.
What's your main though?
He's a Cation, so a big, tall cat person. My name is Thomas. His name is T-Moss, with the apostrophe, because that's how you make any name into an alien name, is you just add an apostrophe. So
that's awesome. So now let's talk a little bit about Age of Discovery here. What specifically from the show, fans of the show, what can they look to find here?
So there's so much cool stuff. The thing with Age of Discovery, in the past we've done expansions, like Victory is Life was our DS9 expansion, and we released it all at once in this summer. It was one big content drop, never got to play it all at once. We're doing something a little different with Discovery, because for the first time ever, which is super exciting, we're actually in lockstep with a Star Trek show that's airing right now. So we're going to be doing the first content drop in the fall, which is going to be a reimagined starting experience in the Discovery universe, where you get to hang out with Mary Wiseman as Captain Tilly, not as Captain Tilly, sorry, as Cadet Tilly, as she kind of takes you through your last days as a cadet in Starfleet. We're going to go to the Battle of the Binary Stars. We're going to go to the defense of Starbase 1, which you never got to see on the show. There's a lot of cool stuff. We just announced this weekend that there was one of the show's writers, because we've been working very closely with them, had an idea for the planet Pavo that she hadn't been able to get to, and so she's given that idea to us, and we're going to explore it in the game.
Oh, that's so neat. Is there any particular, because you named a whole bunch of things that we have that we can look forward to now, is there any particular thing that either you're most proud of or you're most excited about?
Well, I'm really looking forward to the ships that we're adding to the game. It was a really unique pilot for Discovery because they added about 30 new ships between all the Starfleet and Klingon ships that fought each other at the Battle of the Binary Stars. And of course, ships is a big part of Star Trek Online, so we're going to be adding all of those eventually over the course of the Age of Discovery update. So people are going to be able to, if they saw that ship and like, oh, that's so cool, I really want to fly that, they're going to be able to.
Now I'm going to ask the worst possible question. So you've been talking to the writers.
Yeah.
You got all the inside information on season 2?
We actually don't. I mean, even if we did, if I said it, people over there perched high in the trees would just take me out instantly. But no, they tell us the great thing about that relationship has been, these guys went down to LA to talk to them, and the first thing they said to us is, "What can we do for you?" Which is you'd almost never hear that from a licensor. And so it's really, really cool. They're doing everything they can to support our game and make sure that everything that we do integrates with their show in a way that makes sense and keeps the universe consistent, which I really, really love.
Yeah, and if I can add to that, one of the really neat things about Discovery, the whole property, is that they are taking different bits and pieces and kind of crossing them over between media. So the main adversary in Age of Discovery is going to be Ja'ula, who is a character, the sister of T'Kuvma, who was introduced in the IDW comics. So so you can go read those comics, and then you can then she'll show up in our game. You'll learn more about her in that way. And so that's I think that's new ground for Star Trek to be doing all that stuff between different licensees.
Yeah, and that was a really cool. The way that happened was really cool because we were just sort of like, okay, we're going to create a female Klingon villain. We don't know much about her yet, and CBS was like, oh, do you want to use Ja'ula? And we were like, oh, yeah, we would love to. Thank you. So it's great. It's really, really cool. The relationship has been awesome.
That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Really excited about the new addition to the game. So thank you guys so much for giving us your time today. Thank you out there to everybody watching this video. Don't forget to like and share it and check out Star Trek Online real soon.